You know this university, right? You know the one in San Francisco, right? Yeah. Pay a lot of money to go to that fancy university. And sometimes when people graduate from them, they think they are the geniuses. Usually not, but never mind. So anyway, we did a study at Stanford Medical School, and what we show is that we look at their features, no problem. It was a skin study, actually. And then we said, why don't we take some of their blood from all these individuals and analyze for a particular kind of genetic change. The fancy word is epigenetic change. All right? And I'll tell you the meaning of what that epigenetic change relate to. But stay with me right now. So it's a genetic analysis that we did on the blood. So when the results came out, we matched the results from each person to a low PRISM score group versus a high PRISM score group. And what we saw is amazing, because what we saw was the fact that epigenetic changes told us that every tissue out of those 11 systems that we measured, they were getting younger. Wow. 4 years younger on the average. Wow. Right? On the average, I'll just show you on the next slide, it's 4 years younger in that sense. So it's unmistakable. I'm beginning to see, now you're beginning to understand perhaps, with the PRISM, when you have a low score, I'm seeing epigenetic changes relating to aging that are not as good as those changes that are happening when you have a high PRISM score. Nobody has seen that before. It's been happening all the time, but nonetheless, nobody could have seen it. Yeah? So, and that's what is leading. Next time, I'll tell you about why those epigenetic changes are so important, because it leads to another discovery, and that is that they're all related to a particular clock. We call it the aging clock that controls every tissue in your body. All right? So what it's actually doing, in a way, if you will, because of those epigenetics, that aging clock in those 11 tissues actually slow down. So your rate of aging, or the pace of aging, slows down. So that's why you're keeping you younger. Nobody has seen that before. That's the magical thing that's happening with the PRISM. We've taken it and translated it to another level, to an extremely high level. What was the logo in New Skin? Can you look at it? Do I have it on this side? No, on this side. When you look at it, right, that thing? Fountain of Youth. Does that remind you why I say at the beginning, we have always been an anti-aging company? Because back then, even Blake decided to make a logo of the Fountain of Youth. And it's always been an incredible search, if you will, the desire from every culture in the world to look for that Fountain of Youth. Don't believe me, huh? Okay? And you never think about it. Look at the story about the monkey god. Why did he have to accompany that monk to India? Because he stole a peach that he ate to give him immortality. And the god said, you naughty little monkey, you have to go and protect that monk. That's your punishment. So in Chinese culture, that peach is about nothing else but wow, it's immortality. In Western culture, they have this Spanish explorer by the name of Ponce de Leon. And what did he do? He went to Florida. And he thought he could find a Fountain of Youth there. Instead, he didn't find anything. Instead, he caught malaria and died. Right? And then in Christian culture and belief, it's always about looking for what? The Holy Grail. What is the Holy Grail? The Holy Grail is that chalice in the Last Supper. What was it supposed to give you when you drink from it? immortality. Isn't it? Don't believe me? Go and watch Indiana Jones Live. And The Last Crusader. It's all about this Holy Grail, remember? Yeah. Don't believe me? It's free of charge now after the movie is so old. Anyway, so it's always about the fountain of youth. I believe with the prism, we're starting to see what the real fountain of youth is, and it's in your body. So we have that, and we take you through this whole journey, well-being. TRME, this is just to remind me, many of you are very much into the TRME focus. That's great. However, it doesn't mean that this story that I'm telling you today, which we are going to produce, an entirely new class of products. Oh, I guess I'm just going to tell you what they are. Sort of this entirely new class of products, which we are going to call the aging response modulators. And it comes down to ARMs. Arms. This is an entirely new class of products. The world has never seen them. Okay? And all of you, especially new people, instantly you are now the arms dealer. Good arms dealer. I shouldn't say that. So that's the acronym, if you will, to describe this class of products. And we're going to launch the first one very soon, probably by the end of this year. So that's the new skin future. And it's being able to see inside your body, take whatever you see inside the body, and be able to provide you with a solution. And obviously the solution is relating to a product. Whether it's TRME or some other product in the future, the whole thing fits together in a very nice, I guess, anti-aging umbrella. And also, by the way, anti-aging, I noticed there's some young folks sitting here as well. Yeah, when somebody tells you about anti-aging, sometimes you guys, get really weird. You say, this is not for me. I'm young. I will not die. I live forever. I don't need your products. They're anti-aging, right? They're for old people. However, this is a conversation piece. When you change that, and say, no, wait. There's another side to this coin. And this other side to the coin is what? Oh, these products can actually preserve your youth. Wow. You see, now I got a wow. Preserving your youth. That is, in a way, for the young folks, they are beginning to see, obviously, I want to preserve my youth. These products are for me, too. So it's the flexibility of your conversation. I'm hoping this is another one that you have, with the arm story that we're going to tell. And we're going to get in more and more detail as it's going to get to the launch date, to be able to arm you with another option to tell the story of new skin. Because in a way, sometimes in direct selling, right, it's very difficult. Because I hear all the time, in new skin even, you say, okay, this is really good in new skin. 5% 6 level D. Sure, I don't understand what 5% 6 level D is. All right? However, you still begin to appreciate that. But if you go with a health proposition, then it's a different response you might get. That individual may actually say, it's something I can do for myself. It's something I can understand. Let me do that. And then you can follow up. Everybody has a slightly different way of responding. Right? Because the reason why I'm saying this is at the end of the day, Nu Skin is also a leadership company. In fact, it is a leadership company. Leadership in Nu Skin, again for the new folks, right? What does it mean? Leadership means you have to lead. Oh, what does that mean? You lead by actually first being an example, and second, build your organization. comes down to that. It really does. Time and time again. And this is what I've learned over the last 20 years. New Skin has always been about you, have always been with you, and have always been for you. If you don't act as a leader, right, even from the very beginning, New Skin doesn't exist. So, here's the call to action, hopefully, for all of you. We've got a big room, and oh my goodness, it's spoken way too much. And I hope you get a sense of what New Skin is, and we are actually at a very nice inflection point. So it's almost a ground floor opportunity, joining New Skin right now, and be able to grow with us, okay? And become a member of the family. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dr. Joe.